I've got a bombshell prediction that could change everything for the Cowboys this season. An undrafted free agent is about to take training camp by storm, and I'm convinced he'll not only make the final roster, but become a key playmaker for America's team. Who is this hidden gem? And which position could he revolutionize? Stay tuned until the very end to find out. This is the kind of insider info you won't get anywhere else, so don't miss it. Plus, I'll reveal the one training camp battle that could make or break the Cowboys' Super Bowl chances. Trust me, you'll want to hear this before placing any bets on Dallas this year. Stick around, the best is yet to come. Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. The Dallas Cowboys are entering the 2024 season with high expectations and a chip on their shoulder. After another disappointing playoff exit last year, the pressure is on for America's team to finally break through and make a deep postseason run. Training camp is set to begin at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, on insert date. This state-of-the-art facility will be the crucible where the 2024 Dallas Cowboys are forged and where some of the biggest questions surrounding this team will be answered. Head coach Mike McCarthy is entering his fifth season at the helm, and the clock is ticking. Owner Jerry Jones has made it clear that anything short of a Super Bowl appearance will be considered a failure. With that in mind, let's dive into the two major concerns that could derail the Cowboys' championship aspirations. The elephant in the room heading into training camp is the ongoing contract negotiations with quarterback Dak Prescott. As we all know, Dak is entering the final year of his current deal, and talks of an extension have been swirling since the offseason began. The Cowboys' front office has expressed their desire to keep Prescott in Dallas long-term, but the two sides have yet to come to an agreement. This uncertainty could cast a shadow over training camp and potentially become a distraction for both Dak and the team. Team chemistry: if Prescott enters camp without a new deal, it could create tension in the locker room. Players may start to wonder about the organization's commitment to their leader, which could affect team morale. Financial implications: the longer negotiations drag on, the more expensive Prescott is likely to become. A strong performance in training camp and preseason could drive his price tag even higher, putting more pressure on the Cowboys' salary cap. Focus and performance: contract talks can be mentally draining for players. If Dak is constantly fielding questions about his future, it could impact his ability to focus on preparing for the season. Potential holdout: while Prescott has given no indication that he plans to hold out, the possibility always exists in contract disputes. A holdout would be catastrophic for the Cowboys' preparation and could derail their entire season before it even begins. The ideal scenario would be for the Cowboys to reach an agreement with Prescott before training camp starts. This would allow everyone to focus solely on football and building towards a championship run. However, if a deal isn't reached, how McCarthy and the coaching staff manage this situation will be crucial to the team's success. The second major concern heading into training camp is the depth in the Cowboys' defensive secondary. While the team boasts some talented starters, including cornerback Trayvon Diggs and safety Jaron Kearse, the depth behind them is questionable at best. This concern is amplified by the fact that the NFL is becoming increasingly pass-heavy, and the Cowboys play in a division with some potent aerial attacks. Here's why the secondary depth is such a worry. Injury vulnerability: if any of the starters go down with an injury, the drop-off to the backups could be significant. This could expose the defense to big plays and put additional pressure on the offense to outscore opponents. Nickel and dime packages in today's NFL defenses often need to field 5 or 6 defensive backs to counter spread offenses. Without reliable depth, the Cowboys could struggle in these situations. Special teams impact. Many backup defensive backs are key contributors on special teams. A lack of quality depth could affect this often overlooked aspect of the game. Development time. If the Cowboys are relying on rookies or inexperienced players to provide depth, it may take time for them to adjust to the NFL level. This could leave the team vulnerable early in the season. Addressing this concern will be a top priority for defensive coordinator Dan Quinn during training camp. He'll need to evaluate the young talent on the roster, potentially experiment with position changes, and work closely with the front office to identify any veteran free agents who could bolster the secondary depth. Now that we've covered the two major concerns, let's shift our focus to some of the exciting position battles that will unfold during training camp. These competitions will not only shape the final roster, but could also have a significant impact on the Cowboys' success in 2024. With the departure of Michael Gallup in free agency, the Cowboys have a vacancy opposite CeeDee Lamb. The battle for the WR2 spot promises to be one of the most intense and closely watched competitions in camp. Brandon Cooks, the veteran speedster, was acquired via trade in the offseason and brings a wealth of experience to the position. Jalen Tolbert. After a disappointing rookie season, Tolbert will be looking to prove he was worth the third-round pick the Cowboys spent on him in 2022. While Trayvon Diggs has one starting cornerback spot locked down, the other side is up for grabs. This competition is particularly important given our earlier discussion about secondary depth. After the struggles of Brett Maher in the playoffs last season, the Cowboys will be holding an open competition for the kicker position. This may not be the most glamorous battle, but it could have a significant impact on close games. Every year, training camp provides an opportunity for rookies to make their mark and potentially earn significant playing time. Here are 3 rookies to keep a close eye on during the Cowboys' 2024 training camp. While much of the focus in training camp is on position battles and rookies, there are several veteran players with interesting storylines to follow. After years of heavy usage, the Cowboys will be closely monitoring Zeke's workload in camp. How the coaching staff manages his reps could provide insight into their plans for the regular season backfield rotation. Will the Cowboys continue to use Parsons as a hybrid linebacker/edge rusher, or will they settle him into a more defined role? His usage in camp could indicate how Dan Quinn plans to deploy this defensive weapon in 2024. Coming off another injury-plagued season, all eyes will be on Tyron Smith's health and performance. His ability to stay on the field and return to form will be crucial for the offensive line's success. Lawrence's sack numbers have declined in recent years, but he remains a key part of the defense. Watch for any adjustments to his technique or usage that could lead to a resurgence in his pass-rushing production. As we've seen, the Dallas Cowboys have no shortage of storylines heading into the 2024 training camp. From major concerns like Dak Prescott's contract and secondary depth to exciting position battles and rookie potential, there's plenty for fans to keep an eye on. The next few weeks will be crucial in shaping the identity of this year's team and determining whether they have what it takes to make a serious Super Bowl run. As always, we'll be here to bring you all the latest news, analysis, and insights throughout training camp and beyond. What do you think, Cowboys Nation? Which storylines are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Cowboys content.